Arjun Tendulkar, the son of god of the cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. Is he the product of nepotism? We all know has been vehemently criticized. You might also see the smirk in the face of Aryan Khan yesterday in the auction on buying Sachin Tendulkar by Mumbai Indians. Is he the only product of nepotism? Listen to the podcast of Sasi Kulindi about the auction's limelights. Welcome to the podcast of Sasi Kulindi, the season 4 IPL podcast of 2021, the first one of this calendar year. We're going to see about the limelights of auction and glimpses of how the auctions had fared. That's what we gonna see, and some talk about the nepotism in cricket, and rewinding my previous podcast, how it had given a great impact. Tamil Nadu. Once upon a time, Mumbai was dominating in cricket. Mumbai is known for its hub of cricket, like players like Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar had arrived in the stadiums, and their competitor was Delhi, where the factories of Virender Sehwag, Virat Kohli, Gautam Gambhir had been dominating the stadiums. And then Bengal was one of the most dangerous teams, like giants like Sourav Ganguly has been a dominant factor. But Tamil Nadu had also seen a significant improvement in cricket rather than the older times. In older times, there are 2 to 3 players who had played in the national lines, like Krishnamachari Srikanth, and other players who were not so inconsistent players. But this time, Tamil Nadu had shown a strong impact. But this time we see a man from the soil of Tamil Nadu had achieved a record of 5-wicket haul and a century, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 5 years once he makes the same record. That's none other than the World Cup hero of Tamil Nadu, Ravichandran Ashwin, and he has been the captain of Kings 11 Punjab. See, now we can see that many Tamil Nadu players are becoming captains of large IPL franchise like Ashwin, Dinesh Karthik. We might also see that Washington Sundar also has a chance, or Vijay Shankar also has a chance to become a new captain for the new teams. There's a possibilities might happen. But that's what I'm telling, that new players like Natarajan, Washington Sundar, and Ravichandran Ashwin is being a mentor for them, and Manimaran Siddharth, Shah Rukh Khan are growing in action, and one of the World Cup debutant wicket taker Vijay Shankar is also another beautiful player. There is a lot of potential Tamil Nadu is having now. They're having a factory of strong players. They're growing enough. They have been fine-tuned in IPL franchises, and they're also making an action. And this side, Mushtaq Ali Trophy wicket-taking victories had also made a great impact in IPL auctions. Shah Rukh Khan has been taken for more than 26 times from his base price. This is one of the most major achievement. He's becoming a crorepati at a very young age. These are all what we need to see on. The impact of Tamil Nadu players, as I told in my previous podcast of the last season of IPL. This is what I'm going to reinstate again. TN has good batsmen, very great bowlers, and powerful hard-hitting wicket keepers like Jagadisan and Dinesh Karthik. Let's see what's gonna happen for us. If There was no MS Dhoni for Team India. If MS Dhoni had a problem, Dinesh Karthik was an answer once. Before MS Dhoni, there was Dinesh Karthik. Dinesh Karthik was been the wicket keeper. We might also know how Dinesh Karthik had exclusively won the Nidahas trophy without Rohit, without Kohli, without Dhoni. This is one we need to be appreciated of the players. This is what I need to tell you about the previous podcast, how it have been given great ringing bells to the people of Team India as well as the Indian Premier League franchises. Now we will come to the concept of nepotism. Nepotism. The word I heard is my ears started to soar off. That's what I'm gonna say. Nepotism is a very common thing, not only in India, it is common all over the world. You might see Venus Williams, sister Serena Williams playing, it's also a nepotism. And in England, nepotism is very common. In Australia, nepotism is very common. Why? Because like father, like son, the philosophy, like mother, like daughter is also a philosophy. In cinema also the nepotism haunts a lot, not only in India. Nepotism is all over the world. Even Michael Jackson's daughter is also a dancer and singer, and we don't want to rope her into nepotism. The thing that people try to make a propaganda is a selective nepotism. If I also saw a similar thing that Ziggy Marley, the son of Bob Marley, is also a famous singer. Many people are appreciating Ziggy Marley is like his father. Oh my God, he's trying to make an impact. We must appreciate him. Doesn't it come in the nepotism phenomenon? Why? We are taking a selective nepotism, a selective attack on nepotism. For example, if the father is not successful but a son is becoming successful, just in the case of Washington Sundar. Washington Sundar's father is also a cricketer. He was being taught by his mentor known as the P.D. Washington, who's an ex-army man. The thing is, his nepotism factor doesn't get affected because he didn't come into the picture of coming into the Ranji Trophy, or he didn't play a state cricket. That's what the thing is. His son had become a cricketer. His daughters also became a cricketer. They both became cricketer. That's what another thing. This is also a nepotism, Mr. Propaganding selective people. The people who are saying Arjun Tendulkar is a product of nepotism. His father had bought him in Mumbai Indians. If I was a famous cricketer, I will also try to put his ambitions if he likes to play a cricket. It's a father's duty to mend his son well. It's his duty, my friends. It's a father's duty. Even Sharad Pawar, his brother's son, Ajit Pawar, he is mending his son as his son. We should understand it. If Modi's son, Modi's friend, Amit Shah's son, Jai Shah is becoming an ICC board chairman, so don't blame that nepotism. If you have an opportunity, you might come. This is very common thing. Because you don't want to have an investment from any X or Y, Z. If you're saying nepotism is an issue, there should not be any rich families should be there. The people who are swearing for nepotism, similar to the Sushant Singh Rajput cases, they are shouting about nepotism XYZ, and nepotism again. What does it mean, my friends? If a father wants to mend his son, means they will try to do as much as possible. If T. Rajendra was a famous director, he tried to mend his son had clutched the grip. So you cannot say nepotism should not exist. If nepotism doesn't exist means many cannot get a job at all. For example, Modi's case, you people had made that again because of nepotism factor. Modi's daughter cannot, Modi's brother's daughter, he's also a Modi, so that I'm saying Modi's daughter, but not Modi means not Narendra Modi. There is also another Modis like Lalit Modi and Nirav Modi. I'm not talking about it. Modi's brother, another Modi, his daughter cannot even stand in councillor election. Why? Because she was the cousin, she was niece of Modi. This is baseless. The people who are shouting nepotism must be punched in their face, because if they are trying to garner victory and if they are trying to achieve something, see, they might have been blessed. That's what we should be taking into the light structure. If for example Amitabh Bachchan's son Abhishek Bachchan is also an actor, it's a nepotism. Sunil Gavaskar's son Rohan Gavaskar had also become a cricketer. Krishnamachari Srikanth and Aniruddha Srikanth had become a cricketer. Johnny Barristow is also a product of nepotism. So if the nepotism comes, we cannot talk. We cannot see any big royal families or big political families. Those who are trying to bring the communist ideology, in my perspective, communism is good, but we should not take it into the intense level. Yes, communism is good in some X or Y Z thing. But for example, if his niece, Narendra Modi's niece cannot contest in election because of his uncle, means that is baseless in my perspective. Because father, mother, daughter. So his father was a teacher. So what? He can get any office that he is a brother of Narendra Modi, so I can get into or X or Y Z facility. There might not be a lot of privilege in my perspective. The privilege given for nepotism is high in my perspective, yes, but the nepotism factor might not give a young talents. Yes, that is also another thing, but that is contradictory. So for example, if cricketers, for example Yogaraj Singh, let's take, he was one of the famous actors in Punjab cinema. He's also a cricketer. His son Yuvraj Singh has also become one of the famous cricketer. So he had achieved a lot more than his father. Does it mean that this nepotism has been given a privilege again, and another young talent from any village has not been given a preference like that? These people are saying that there are many young talents in villages, cities. Yes, it is right. But how they can be taken into limelight? We need to see the other options in that. Keeping the nepotism factor and again cannot work out. It is because his father's duty, he need to make his son into a good position. That's what everyone will try to do. When it goes to the relative side, that is what the true nepotism comes into picture. That is what nepotism should be given. If a father-son straight lineage means nepotism should not be taken into picture. Why? Because there are many movies are saying, like in Velailla Pattadari, he will be telling that don't use your father's name. You need to earn your name. Yeah, that's right. But at least he needs a head start, right? For example, in Subway Surfers game, you will have some power-ups like head start. So he gets a head start. After he grows into some high position, means he will become his name he will use at first. It's a father's duty to grow his son in a right path. It doesn't mean that Sachin Tendulkar had played cricket, his son should not play cricket, or he had played in hockey, or his son he should not play in hockey. These things, in my perspective, are baseless things. That's why Amit Shah might have feared that Jay Shah would have come into the picture, so that he would have been criticized heavily. But we won't criticize the Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi's fan, Jawaharlal Nehru's descendants. I mean the Motilal Nehru. See, the list goes very huge. We won't criticize what is happening, what is in the opposition, but we will criticize what is happening now. The similar thing is also happening in DM. Every political party has the nepotism phenomenon. So people are saying, but what about the party worker have been given a chance? He needs to shine. That's what life is full. That's what my saying is. Life is not a bed of roses. It is because of that thing. My friend also plays cricket very well, but I have another friend who is a relative of one of the famous cricketer in Tamil Nadu. I don't want to mention. So he got selected into the team because of that privilege also. But that privilege will be there, but we need to compete hard. The thing we need to find an alternative, I will be explaining you in a segment. Just take a short break and make your mind cool, because my arguments might be contradictory. It will go, oh no, it is wrong, very wrong in my perspective. Yeah, he's telling something wrong. He is batting for Arjun Tendulkar. Okay, he is doing like that or X or Y Z. No, I will explain you what are the other measures we should take.
My suggestions for nepotism is advantageous, but where nepotism is advantageous only in the case of defense services. Especially, you might know if somebody in the family of military or police have passed away or martyred, his son or his daughter or his wife will be instantly given an appointment. So, this is a plus point in nepotism. But people won't criticize these nepotism because people even reluctant to go to the military or police services. That's what we see in the people. And there are many industries, many shop floor industries, people are so much reluctant to go in. But they won't speak nepotism. The nepotism, the thing that comes into the picture only when the field is in a very peak structure. Many people say about nepotism in Bollywood or Kollywood or Tollywood, but they won't speak nepotism on Odia movies or Marathi movies or even in Bengali movies. They don't speak nepotism on that picture because it doesn't fare well. That's what the thing. So nepotism is common, and how to counter it? Let's see. The how to counter the nepotism measures. We people say cricket nepotism comes into the picture. But people don't go to play football, people don't go to play hockey, they don't keep no pictures for the sake of other sports. Even know it. And I also have another thing that many upper caste people are playing cricket. Cricket is dominated by them. Yes, cricket is founded by British, and many upper caste players are only the primary players at the time of the British India. If you know, many highly studied scholars play cricket. Cricket was an alternative for golf. Rich people had played cricket. You know the actor Saif Ali Khan, the Saif Ali Khan's father Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi and his father. They are cricketers by heredity. So you must understand that nepotism is obviously there. Rich people played cricket, just like golf and polo. That's what we need to understand. Some sports were fit for upper class people, but they changed the way of cricket as time being. Actually, cricket was a rich man's game, not a poor man's game like a football or hockey. If we say football here, actually it's soccer in US, the association football. They are not rich man's game. Cricket is actually a rich man's game. We need to understand it. But I'm just going off topic. But I'm just telling how to counter nepotism. Work hard. That's the only thing. You don't have any accelerated start. You take an example of Abdul Kalam, Sushant Singh Rajput. They too doesn't have much influences. They are from very humble backgrounds and they achieved some limelight. Don't say nepotism again and again. There are many options there. If people of the upper background dominate cricket, you dominate in football, you dominate in hockey, you dominate in kabaddi. Cricket is one of the most richest game, my friends, just like golf. It's all reserved for some people of the upper community. That's why most of the, and as time went up, the when it comes to the international sport, many people start to integrate. You people always see when a talent has been trained by somebody, they will try to poke the nose. That's what. How to counter it? You need to set up everywhere coaching centers. You need to find every young talent. You need to keep a competitions. That's why they are keeping local premier leagues such as TNPL. From TNPL, they will take for Tamil Nadu team. In the Tamil Nadu Vijay Hazare Trophy, they will try to take some good T20 players. From this T20 players, they will select the IPL players, and IPL they will select India players. That's how the philosophy runs. But how does the test players and ODI players have been taken? It's all by the Ranji Trophy and Vijay Hazare Trophy. We need to understand it. Nepotism is always present in every industry. But to counter it, you need to work hard. For example, there are many parties have a nepotism cadre, we all know. But how does Modi, Amit Shah had one? How did they did not have the nepotism support? How did Edappadi Palaniswamy didn't have any nepotism support? So I don't want to talk politics. Even in DMK also there are many cadre people who doesn't have any family background in it. Like a Rasa, for example. So everyone has an example. I'm not affiliated to any political party. First, highlight that I am not endorsing any political party here, but I need to give you some examples. And how does actors like Ajit Kumar, without having any support, without having any nepotism, and Vijay Sethupathi, they don't have any nepotism phenomenon there, but they had achieved something. That's what I am saying, that nepotism is something. It will continue to exist. You cannot eradicate nepotism at any cost. So what you should do is you need to work hard. You don't have any accelerated start. Think in your mind. You don't have any accelerated start. Your father is not a billionaire. You need to work hard for that. If you work hard and if you see your son and you need to bring him up, so you use your support, then you will think of that. You might have insulted somebody because of nepotism, but you are trying to make your son powerful by using your power, then you will think of that. Son or daughter. I don't want to endorse patriarchy here. That also. This is what some of my opinions. If you like, many thanks. If not so, you can share your opinion. Keep listening to Sazi Kulindi.